I gotta elevate. I've been praying to God for a better way. I concentrate on my goals and I meditate. Make sacrifices, put time and I dedicate. I gotta elevate. I'ma make sure the family forever straight. They wouldn't listen, now I gotta devastate. I'm on your ass and I won't let you get away. I gotta elevate. I've been praying to God for a better way. I concentrate on my goals and I meditate. Make sacrifices, put time and I dedicate. I gotta elevate.
What's up, everybody? Hey, y'all, it's the Shorty Logic Podcast, and we let the boys sit down. It's ladies' night. We talking woman to woman. We got Riri, Ebony. Y'all go on and say what's up.
What's cracking?
Hey, what's up? This Riri Scruggs. Holla at your girl.
This is May. You know us. Like and follow on Facebook.
I hope they're ready for tonight. I think it's going to be very interesting.
It is. We are on it. What's up? That's somebody named Carlos. Carlos Scruggs. Okay, so yes,
Hey.
Hey, so we got a good show for y'all today. We're going to talk about these boys and, girls and whatever it is. This is pretty much woman to woman. So we try to gear our videos to girl talk and women talk and just see how we feel about it. Because, the guys, they get on us. So we're going to try to be like iron sharpens iron tonight. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Iron sharpens iron. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the first video and see what we're going to discuss today, y'all.
Okay.
This is one of the most important things I think about Kevin Samuels. We look at women's struggle as strength. It is one of the reasons why they don't admire their men, is because their men let them carry that burden. Their men are doing that because they see you as being strong, oftentimes like their mother. That happened to me when I was talking to my cousin. She was going through all the scenarios and how she felt overwhelmed. As she's describing these things, in my mind, I'm like, and see, that's what makes you so dope, just like my mom. And while I'm thinking that, she says, and cousin, I'm tired of being the nigga in my relationships. I didn't even know that that's what she was describing. I didn't even know she was complaining. See, that's the beauty of what Kevin Samuels' message was. What we call it is the strong black woman. What he said is that's a masculine woman. He made it a thing that we are not supposed to continue to prop up. Something that we're supposed to say, no, let me step in and be a man for once, instead of being like, well, what you want me to do? Because when you change the narrative on that concept, then men stop letting you carry all the bags just because you can. You see what I'm saying? This is one of the most...
Oh, okay. I like it.
He got in there deep with a little bit of words. He got in there deep. So, Ebony, what you think about that video? That was one of the videos you presented us with.
Yes.
What's going on in your head with that one?
I feel like he hit the nail on the head in so many different spectrums, because it is like a stereotype thing to say strong black woman, strong black woman, strong black woman. And it's like they forget that, one, even though you say it in the title, we're still a woman. Two, we do have moments of vulnerability and weakness, but we have had to be so strong for so long, especially a lot of women that had to be the single mothers. And you get tired of hearing the backlash of, well, you chose who you had this child with, you did this, you did that. And it's like it always falls back on us. And I just I can't grasp that concept of understanding how people make sense out of that. Because you want me to take accountability. Right. Why I gotta take accountability for everything, and you take accountability for nothing.
So, you want to jump in really before I go in?
Okay. Well, okay. So I got a couple little scenarios. So I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is I just drew a blank. Well, no, actually, I'm going to personalize it. Actually, I'm going to personalize it. So just a little spinoff. I was the one that I felt like I was the man and woman in all my relationships, right? So now I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I'm tired of being a man. But it wasn't necessarily where I didn't have the help or anything. I was just controlling as hell. Like it was my way or the highway. I wasn't one of those. Coming from a place of being single, it's like, I'm tired of this now. I need help. There's things where I used to be one where I didn't need a man for this, but no, that's not true. I do the companionship stuff, fix around the house, of course, I think the biggest thing in relationships, though, like I like a man to take initiative and do things, plan things. Like I said, I was always the one doing this, that, and the other. More so because I was very resourceful till this day. Fast forward, going back now, being in that relationship, it's like, okay, no. Again, drew another blank. I guess that's it for me, though. That's it for me.
I understand, like touching on what he said in the video, what men don't understand is that we're tired of being the man in the relationship. And that's not nothing that we decided to be. That was something we had to be, because men don't understand. We're just like them in a sense of, if we don't work, we don't eat. If we don't do this, we don't eat. We have responsibilities that we don't let slide. We hear about some dudes not taking care of their kids, staying here to there. But when you gotta be the house and you gotta be the roof and you ain't got no other choice, you're gonna make that stuff happen. And it's not that we like take the woman out of ourselves. We're strong women, strong independent women. Doesn't mean we're masculine women. We're women doing what we have to do. So however that shows up, we gotta take our trash out, because why am I gonna not clean up after myself? You know what I'm saying? I have to do all these different things, and it's not because I'm trying to be a man. It's because who else gonna do it if I don't do it? And so me handling my responsibility isn't being masculine. It's just not me falling to the wayside because I ain't got somebody there to do it for me. And I don't match the responsibility if I could trust you with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
another spin-off from that is, let's just say, we left the relationships where we felt like we were the man and the woman, right? And so once you become single for so long, it's like, okay, when you do end up in that new relationship, you've been so accustomed and used to being single, and I got it. So it's kind of natural for you to always still hold that trait within, So you gotta, as women, we do have to, especially if you realize and recognize that you do have a real man in your life at that time, it's okay to let your guard down. It's okay to let that man be a man, at least take something off your shoulders, off your plate.
See, that's two words right there you said, Charmaine, gotta and independent. For me, it's like when you say we gotta do that, I so feel that, because I feel like when it comes down to the maturity level, a woman far exceeds a man with that. And they think when we say that, it's because we're saying, oh, financially this and it's always come back to financial. No, it has nothing to do with financial. When I say handling business, because when you have a woman that loves you and she's in her femininity with you, she's going to make sure you at your best like I'm at my best. If I'm elevated, you're going to elevate. So she takes on a whole load of stuff, a whole load. And I think a man don't take the time to step back and think, okay, she put on all these hats. And before I even got with him, you put on all these hats because you had to. I got to. And then that's when you become the too independent woman. And then it's like, damn, you so independent. It makes them feel like, well, you don't need me, because if you want to be the man in a woman relationship, it's not that I want to be that. I don't want to have to tell you to do something for me.
Right.
I don't want to have to keep asking you to do something for me. I don't want to have to keep repeating myself to you. Right. I don't want to have to do none of that. If I can take the initiative to think about something and just do it because I know it needs to be done, why can't you?
Yeah.
Right. It goes back to what Taria said. It goes back to what Taria said. When you got a real man in your life, you gotta let them jump in there and do that. And so what they need to know is that they gotta show us that guy, because some guys, they sit around and say, "Oh, she didn't ask me." No, we're not used to asking you. You gotta take this initiative and say, "I got it." Because if I say I got you, I got you. And that's normally what I'm doing.
You ain't gotta ask.
Exactly.
You gotta
I don't like
take
to
that
ask.
from me.
My pride is gonna get in the way. I don't ask for nothing.
Right.
So my pride gonna
do
get in
that.
the way. But if you see,
we didn't have
if you see and know that you need help, then okay, go ahead and let's read that. What Alicia say?
Right, yeah, we had Nikki
Can y'all
said,
see that?
said she was tired of being a man, but Alicia said y'all hit the head on the nail with that trust in them with the responsibility because yes, because people love to say I got it but don't really get it, and I cannot
Right.
get to the last minute and rushing around because I don't live my life in chaos. Like I like to organize, and if I like to organize, if you feel like me saying something 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead of time, I'm thinking I'm doing you a favor. Like don't try to come at the last minute and see if we got to do this and got to do that. I just can't live in chaos like that. So it's hard for me.
You organize and they take that as you being controlling. No, I'm not being controlling. I just like to be organized. I like things in order.
That's how I feel safe. Right. That's how I feel safe. And that's right. That was a good one, Ebony.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Ebony got another. Let's see what else she got for us. Let's see another video.
That girl is not mean. That girl is not too masculine. That girl is not too hard. She just does not have a reason to be soft with you. Every woman wants to be in a soft era. Every woman wants to let their soft girl out. Every woman wants to come into their feminine era. You gotta understand, she does the things she does. She acts hard because of the situation that she's in life and everything that she has dealt with in her past. That's why she acts the way she does. That's why she acts hard. But saying the female is not soft, and saying the female is too hard, that's an insult. She has to be strong. She has to be manly for her own self-protection. Because she is the only thing that she has ever had to protect herself. She can't trust anybody. She didn't let people come in and all they did was disappoint her. They never kept their word. She always had to end up being the masculine one, the one taking care of things. She's tired. Show her that you are gonna stick to the words that you have told her. Stick to the things that you have told her. Nobody told you to say these things. You decided to tell her that you was gonna do this and you was gonna do that and you was gonna be this type of guy. And she's had that in the past, and all those guys continue to disappoint her. So her being masculine, her being mean, her being whatever you want to call it is her defense mechanism. Because she's been a provider for her own life and others. And she's the backbone of many situations. She has to keep moving. So she cannot afford to let somebody come in and destroy her once again.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Man,
hold on. Let's see. Rob said y'all fail to realize that men are the master procrastinators, and they are, and that's why we're talking about we gotta trust it. But Riri, so what you think about that? Because he hit a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So it goes back to kind of what I just finished saying. You know, personalizing it again. You know, after being so self-sufficient for so long. And just kind of, you know, vetting out, you know, different dudes and, you know, who would fit in my life and who wouldn't. And my thing is accountability. When it comes to people, anybody, it ain't got nothing to do with relationships, but people in general, I'm the type of person that if you tell me you're going to do something, I expect you to do it. And I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to come back a second, the third time and say, okay, did you forget? Or are you going? No. If it's something that involves me, then you know what, at that point I'm gonna do it, or I'm just gonna push it to the side and then just kind of look at you like, all right, I see how you are, whatever. But it's just all about, you know, self-sufficient and then being able to release. Again, it's when you do have that man to come into your life, like it's okay, but it's still hard to, you know, show the femininity side of you, because we've been going hard all this time by ourselves. You know.
Right. And I can't say that I ain't never been in a situation where my heart ain't been broke. My heart been broke before. After, you know, I went through the whole healing process, like spent years by myself saying, I'm celibate, I'm this, I'm healing, I'm healed. And the first time I decided to get in the situation, it wasn't the best, right? And so I'm like, I done did all this healing and I done went back to what I'm attracted to, you know what I'm saying? For some reason, it almost tried to break me. And so like you can look at my post on my page where they got them pinned posts in 2021. I put up there, be soft. Don't let the world make you hard, because I mean, it's not just men, it's just things in general that can harden you. And it's not that we're not trying to be in our feminine era with men. It's just that, like you said, we have to be guarded. We have to, you know, we can't really openly trust because, you know, just by the way the world is, you can't just trust everybody to come into your life. And then when you tell them they got to prove, then they think you're looking for something from them. But it's like, no, you have to earn this trust, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, for me, like I said, I'll be 45 this year. And I think when I hit 40, I had a huge epiphany. And it was like, okay, I had to rearrange some things in my life and definitely my mindset, because I was tired of licking my own wounds. Because all the damage prior to, I was tired of holding on to damage. I was tired of licking my own wounds. I was like, you know what? Something's got to change. I don't know it's going to change is because of me. Now, the thing for me is that when I say this past year, I literally stepped out of my comfort zone with a man, you know, like just trying to figure out what did it, and when I got the same results, I was like, wow. And I'm not trying to man bash or anything, but it's just that there's a lot. I realized there was a lot more damaged people out here.
It is, and they don't know their damage, and that's the thing. Like you can be like, look, we both got damage, but they're gonna say, you know, yours is a little worse than mine, and I'm like, can we just be equal? You know, can we both work together? Can we both build this together? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know,
want to come to you in my femininity, and then you turn around and you smash it. Because let me tell you something. You got one, and maybe I'm rough around it, but you got one shot to get this right. So if I come to you and I'm soft and I'm gentle and I'm involved and I'm invested in you, because it's like an investment. I'm investing in you what I want you to invest in return. So if I give you that, and then you come picking, pushing, prying, intentionally with me, and you knew I came to you with my softness, you know what? It's over. It's over.
See, and that's the problem. That was my problem in the past. I'm saying the past because I no longer indulge. But my problem actually was when, I guess it was my delivery on a lot of things. When I didn't get whatever done, then I'm this whole total different person. Now I'm down talking, you know, my mouth is fly. So I could see where a lot of guys be like, oh, she's hard, she's rough, she's, you know, masculine, because my mouth was like treacherous. You know what I'm saying? Been working on that, been doing very well, proud of myself. But so I see a lot of times, like some women like me, a lot of guys, you know, there's a lot of women out here that just talk crazy and reckless to guys. And so that is a problem, you know, and I used to be one of them, huh? What do you say?
And I think it's where we from. I think it's kind of where we from though, because like in a sense, me, I'm like, I'm from the hood. And to me, I'm like giving you this tough love, like nigga, you don't see it, you gotta see this, are you dumb? You know what I'm saying? So it's not that
you want to talk to my man like that. You know what I'm saying?
When you're trying to teach, it's like, how do you get through to somebody who don't want to learn and you're trying to teach, and then it gets hard, you know what I'm saying? And they don't want to learn, and we have to, you know, then you say, okay, that's when you trust them to be a man, but have they proven that to us that we can hush up and listen to what they're telling us? Because how do I know what you said is in my best interest, you know? And so that's me. I find it hard for anybody to come out of anybody's mouth that's going to be in my best interest. So, you know, that's kind of where I fall in at. We missed a whole lot of comments. Nikki Mom first said relationships make you hard.
I think relationships make you hard. I don't think relationships make you hard. It's the damage that the relationship done to you that makes you hard. Because you know, as human beings, we try not to hold on to it. We try to move forward, but sometimes we have to reflect and say it's like a mirroring. You have to do a mirroring. That's like an exercise where you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself some questions. Why am I like this? Why do I react like this? Why do I do? And then, you know, take it from there, because relationships do not make you hard. It's the damage from them that makes you hard. And it's like a setback. It's like a setback.
It's the trauma response we have.
Yeah. And I do it all the time. I always sit back and reflect on myself and think, you know, I could have handled this a little better. I could have talked a little easier with this.
And you know what? Right. Because a lot of times now I'm learning now, but we pour so much of ourselves into these relationships, you know what I'm saying? More than ourselves. And so that's why the outcome of how we react to them is damaging sometimes, you know, most hurtful. And so, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, you can pour into a relationship, but not more than you know, do yourself or for yourself. You know,
Right.
going
You get
Damage
like,
doesn't come from being in a relationship with another, with a man. Damage comes from the people around you and everything. And all that piles up on you at one time. You can have damage from your relationship with your mother, your father, your friends, your sister, your brother. All that damage piled up because you got to think, you pouring energy into people. And people in return sometimes don't pour the energy into you. So it affects you mentally and emotionally and spiritually.
That's why they say,
I'm doing that now. Like,
that's why they say treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. Because you never know what nobody's been through. You don't know the same people's coming up, coming down. You never know what nobody's been through to where, how do you judge them harshly? You got to take the time to hear their story to see where they coming from. And that's how you kind of get to know them,
Yeah.
Please.
I'm going to tell y'all, my last video that I have, I kid y'all not, when y'all see it, when I saw that video, it was like, whoa. It was a self-lesson for myself because just wait till y'all see it. I'm telling y'all gonna be like, okay, you know what? Because it's hard for me to step back into that space of, I love to love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I am. I love to love. But it's crazy because when you're like that and you have all that love to give and you can't find somebody to give it to, because I tell a person in a minute, love me intentionally. Love me with purpose. Love me intentionally. So the way you want to be loved, I'm going to give you that. So be intentional with what you do with me.
Yes.
I need that.
Don't be fake with it. Because like you just said, Ebony, like I'm a person, I'm old school. I love to love. I'm very affectionate. I like to give and I like to receive. I'm a touchy-feely type of person, but I want it right back. You know what I'm saying? Don't come with no fakeness. Don't What Rob say, y'all? Can y'all see that? What Rob say?
Rob said some women talk to a man rough because they feel that they're meeting that man on his level, meaning his boys talk to him rough to get a response. The woman feels the only way that they can comprehend. But Rob, now I don't think so. Rob, what I think it is that, like some people say, when I said it in one way, you didn't hear me. So I have to add a motherfucker so the ignorant niggas hear me. I think that was Queen Lauryn Hill that said that. But
I agree with Rob a little bit.
I gotta say it again. I got to be a little more forceful because you didn't understand it in the feminine tone. The feminine might have been a whole different language that you didn't understand. So then we had to say it differently.
But see, I think that's what Rob's trying to say. I feel like men relate to that more because they deal with their homeboys like that. So they relate to that more.
Right.
So then sometimes a woman does come to them like that. I can agree with it a little bit because I've seen it where it's like, okay, motherfucker, you don't hear me like this, so let me act like this.
Right.
That was me. Like when I tell y'all, that was more effective. That was more effective in my life talking nasty to these clowns than me being nice. I got more out of me and all that than me trying to be. No, I don't want that. I don't want to walk around calling you a motherfucker. Like, no.
Now you know if I talk to you like that and I'm aware that you're a clown like that, you know what that means? I'm not going to sit here and dummy down myself to benefit you. What I'm going to do instead of me talking to you like that, I'm going to just get rid of the clown.
That's
what you
right.
Said. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
Boy.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go and check out another video and see where this girls' night is going.
That I'm dating the right way for the first time in my life. And what I'm realizing is dating, just like anything, is a skill that you kind of have to develop. So let me tell you what I've learned so far. For starters, check your triggers. These men are not your boyfriend. You cannot be out here getting mad when they're not texting you back fast enough and you check their Instagram story and they're out there partying. I think we forget sometimes that our triggers are ours to manage, not somebody else's standard to live up to. So if you find yourself getting triggered, don't act on it. Just text your second string, which leads me to my next point. You gotta date multiple people, sis. Like, it's literally non-negotiable. Reason being, if you're not talking to more than one person, you will get attached to the one person you're talking to. And then your little feelings gonna be hurt when it don't work out. And honestly, a little healthy competition is a good thing. Now, I'm not saying let them know that there's other dudes in the picture. We're not trying to be childish. But men are not stupid, even though they like to play like they are sometimes. They know that if they ask you to dinner on Friday and you're not free, they check your story and you ain't posting nothing with the girls, they know you're growing in it. And I really feel like we as women kind of get caught up in trying to portray that we're wifey type by not talking to multiple dudes. But baby, trust me, these men ain't got no loyalty to you until they're your boyfriend. And sometimes even after that, they don't. So keep your options open. 3, dating is supposed to be fun. And the second it stops being fun, cut it off. If you're dating somebody and they're not taking you to do the things that you actually enjoy, don't be dating them. You ain't got nothing to prove. And trying to be the cool girl is a scam. Also, I don't care what nobody says, you absolutely teach somebody how to treat you. So any issues that you have, nip it in the bud. Now, I'm not saying be crazy, sis. Like, stay within the confines of a casual thing. But if there's something you don't like, maybe about the way he communicates or something like that, address it so you can save yourself the headache later. Oh, and speaking of saving yourself the headache later, resist that urge to tell that man exactly what you want. Because here's the thing. Let's say you are dating somebody and you decide y'all want to get serious. This man could have been putting on the front the whole time just to get you. A lot of the Dusties will mimic what you want for an extended amount of time. So if you get asked, what are you looking for? I want you to respond with, I'm just having fun right now. I'm sure I'll know when I find it. So that way when you do find the one, you'll know that he's doing all the things you want him to do because it's in his nature. Also,
wow, that was loaded. Bang, bang, bang. That was loaded.
She was giving
that
the
was loaded.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's
Right.
heavy right there.
And the thing that she said that resonated with me was like my own triggers and, you know, trying to dating multiples is new to me because I'm from the old school. I meet a dude, we go together. You know what I'm saying? And so for me to date multiples is
What you saying?
We go together, you know what I'm saying? Right. And so like and I can see how that happens where if you're not that one person you getting attention from, that's the dude you're talking to. But you gotta realize he's still not living his life. You know what I'm saying? We didn't got to attach to something that's not attached to us. And then we're essentially trying to grab something that's not even coming towards us.
Yes.
Thinking we've done the right thing and we kind of set ourselves up for a failure. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty deep when she said that.
Yep. I guess my take on it is, ooh, that was loaded. It's like I should have been taking notes on that one. Go back and remember. But yeah, I'm big on the dating the multiple, and unfortunately, like I was one that I would let everybody know. But I do agree with her, and I did. You know, I'm like, okay, you're not the only one, and I'm single, so I could do what the heck I want to do. But I think the biggest thing, in some situations, not everybody knew. I'm not even gonna front. No, not everybody knew. You know, I think maybe the one that I claimed that maybe the one that I really wanted, maybe he didn't know. But the ones I considered side biddies, the ones I guess I considered the side biddies, they knew about each other, but I didn't let the main one know. But once you get to moving funny on me, like I got a 3-strike rule. And that consists of calls, texts, whatever, right? And after that, if it's almost like I expect a certain amount of attention, you know, from and communication from a person. Like even when I first meet you, like if we're not interacting, you know, multiple times in the beginning, you know, that week, I'm not even gonna say in a day, but you know, it's still a certain level, a certain amount that I still require. And if I feel like I'm not getting that, then you're not him. You're not him for me. The other thing is, that was loaded. I'm trying to, it'll come back to me. I'll let you touch on it and then you may bring it back to me.
We might have to run that video back. We might have to run that video back because she said a lot. She did. You know, one thing for me, I think people get confused because this is a word that a lot of people don't hear thrown around a lot when I say it, but people get confused with dating and courting. Like there is a difference between I'm courting you and we're just dating. Like we're not even dating, we're just kicking it. Because when you start dating somebody, really that's just like an opener. It's like we trying to get to know each other. We trying to vibe, see how everything is, you know. So we meet up, and when we meet up, it's gonna be maybe it ain't gotta be a restaurant. We don't have to do a restaurant date. We could do where you can meet me at the coffee shop or whatever, and we just getting to learn each other. We're learning because I can decide. In that dating phase, I can decide, well, maybe I want to take it to see if we're courting each other or not. You know, so when she said that, I kind of understood what she was saying on that. Now, me, I'm gonna tell you something else. Now, with her saying that God, I just lost my thought. But she was saying something about
Right.
It was so much because, like you said, it was so much that she was saying, but she was spot on with a lot of things.
She was.
Secondly, for me, I'm gonna meet you at your season. See, it's like, okay, what you give out, I'm gonna hand you back accordingly. Because men, sometimes I've had men be like, I'm not really looking for a relationship. I just want to have friends and benefits.
You gotta not look for a relationship.
I'm gonna tell you something. What you said, stand on it, because I'm gonna show proof.
Right.
You said you just want friends with benefits. I'm cool with that. If I say I'm cool with that, okay, then I'm cool with that. So now when we start doing that, don't think I'm a psyche and now all of a sudden, since we hunching on each other, you want to have a full-blown relationship. No, because that ain't what you said.
No, they want you to have a relationship with them, but they don't want to have one with you. So they trying to take it to where they lock you down, but they still be open. No, it don't work like that.
Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna give you boyfriend energy if we just friends with benefits. That means I don't have to call you every day. I don't have to answer your calls every time you call.
Exactly. No responsibility. Making yourself available. Right.
Exactly. Exactly. You gotta chop it at the neck and give me what they
she did say this. She said, and I'm big on this. I'm big on this all the time. When I used to get a guy to ask me, what do you like in a man? In the beginning, I did used to tell, but then I got smart and I was like, no, I'll just tell them. I said, be yourself, and then we'll know, because I know what I'm looking for, and not, be yourself. Don't change yourself, because a lot of men, they do. I mean, women do it too, but they try to conform themselves to be that man. And then what happened? After getting good, they get you, because based on what you like in a man, they're acting that way, they're doing the things, and then what? That's the representative. Yeah. That's their representative. Then they got you. Now it's like, ain't that some bitch? Like,
Rob just said, can a man change his mind? But that's exactly what Ebony said, that there's a dating phase and there's a courting phase, and you got to be real clear which one you in, because if you done made the courting phase, that means you got to stand on business now, because you kind of said you made a decision about what you want to do.
And because you made that decision, don't make that decision. What I'm saying is, don't make that decision without me. In your mind, you done said, okay, I want her to be my girl. I want her to be my lady. Okay, that's cool and all, but have a communicative conversation with me about it. That's all I'm saying. We can talk about it.
And Rob, don't change your mind, Rob, after you done chose number 1 and 2 over me, and then, made me the third choice, and then think that you're going to come back. You think you're going to come back and thinking I'm going to still be available? Absolutely not.
Right. Don't make the wrong choice. Right.
Right. They definitely don't want to be an option. They don't want to be an option. They want us to be an option, but they don't want to be an option. And I'm going to tell you another thing.
If you come for me, it better be for me.
Right. Another thing is, I think sometimes this is just how I feel about it. But when you tell a man, okay, I'm cool with this or whatever, I can't stand when someone comes in and they're just like, okay, well, now I want to do this and now I want to do that, and then you didn't let me know. That's a problem for me. That is a major problem for me, because I may not be in that space with you.
Right.
But a lot of times people
going there.
Yes, we can change. We do change our minds all the time, Javante. We do. We change our minds a lot. You know why? And a lot of women, when they do change their mind, let me tell you something. A woman checks out emotionally. She don't check out any other way but emotionally. Once she check out emotionally, then you're gonna get the other side of her. Because especially if she done told you and you ain't listening. So you want to come in and try to fix shit at the last minute. Don't try to come and fix shit at the last minute. That's why I said stand on it.
And see, what me and I'm the type of woman who can be like, cool. I'm the type of woman who can be like, cool. And I'm cool with you. I don't hate you. I ain't mad at you. But you ain't going to get the same me that you had. Like, if you change over, you switch up on me, I'm good on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what about the people who was looking for that relationship, right? And then let's just say female that's looking for a relationship, and she comes across a guy that says, "Oh, you know, I just want to be cool. I just want to chill. I ain't looking for nothing serious." You know, vice versa. Now let's switch it. Let's say the man and the female. So the female. Wait a minute. Hold on. Am I saying that right? The guy is telling the female, "I just want to be cool," where the female may want. I was saying that the female may want that relationship. So then a lot of times, people go into these relationships like, okay, you know, they're already feeling him, and they already have expectations of what they think that's going to look like sometime down the line. And so, you know, their mindset is, oh, maybe, you know, so many months he, you know, after we kicked it or whatever, I'll change his mind, then he'll become mine, or we'll start, you know, this, that, and other. And then that's where a lot of the failure comes up. I mean, that happens a lot with men and women. You know what I'm saying? They think that they can go in and change these people's minds because their intent and their mindset is already, we're going to be together. But they already told you that they don't want a relationship. So I put fault on that individual. Like, you continue to go at that moment. If it was a relationship that you was looking for, you should have bounced, because he's not for you, or she's not for you. If that was your sole intent, is to be in a relationship, and the person up front tell you that's not what they're looking for, that's your fault that you stayed and assumed that they were going to change, or you were going to change, you know, period. So that happens a lot. That happens often. What are you talking about?
It's probably really bad for you.
Because she said, "I'm not no bendy straw." And when she said, "I said, girl, you ain't fucking lying. Like, I'm not no bendy straw. I'm not going." People got to stop. This is just people in general got to stop looking at a person and say, and come with the intention already to change them. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because some people will go and be like, I see them like, I can fix them. I can change them.
You just need a little word.
That
person's not for you. That person's not for you. If you going in already ready to change, no. Yeah, no, no.
You ain't no damn Picasso. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She hit on so much stuff. We might have to bring her back to another show just to put some people in check. But let's see what else we got. We got another video. What else can we bring out?
Be a time frame that we, you know, hold off giving our bodies away.
90 days.
Are you 90 days? Okay, cool. Let's talk about it.
90 days. You know, this is your temple. And you got to be mindful of who you allow to worship in your temple. Everybody don't get to worship in the temple. And the reason I say 90 days is because that gives you an opportunity to understand what this person is worshiping, how they worship, if it's good worship, who they worshiping with, and all of that. You understand? You get to talk, and for me, that's the time you get to find out what's your relationship with your mama. Because you can't treat me no better than you treat your mama. What's your relationship with your daddy? Because that's an example of what you are as a man or what you expect from men. Take that time, because once you introduce the madam into the process, everybody loses their mind. And then the madam, she's running the show. And she's a liar. She lies and lies. She said, you didn't hear that. Go ahead, just a little bit. Just give a little bit. It'll be all right. And then if it gets good, she gets the... And you have to shut her up.
She's so loud.
Ooh, man. That's a hard one, especially in 2024. That is a hard one. Because, I mean, who's actually waiting 90 days? But if we did decide to wait 90 days, we'll get so deep in that mind that they're going to have to be true to who they are when you give them your body. You know, they can't pretty much, some people can fake it for that long, but you're going to get a piece of them, you know, to where they're connected to you. After that, you know, it's a connection that y'all have. It's a hard time to wait for a lot of people nowadays. But if we could do that, we run into the problems that we're having with men, we wouldn't have those problems anymore, because the dynamic of it would change. Because see, at that point, they're gonna be respecting your mind and your obligations, your lifestyle, and all that, you know, unless they just didn't text you for 90 days to you, unless they just didn't text you till the time's up. But yeah, let's see what they're saying. He says, it's going to sound crazy coming from a man, but I believe in the 90 days, and I think you should go back to 90 days. I do too. I think 90 days it's not a real long time. That's like, but it's not common. It's something. Mm-hmm.
I guess for me, I don't know, like you said, it's 2024, and then we're grown. We're in our 40s and 50s, right? So for me, it's all about a mindset. You know what you're looking for. At our grown state, you know that when I'm talking to this guy, I can already determine whether it's bullshit or not. You know what I'm saying? And if I feel like he's feeding me bullshit, why am I gonna lay down with this guy? You know, he said 22 days. Hush, Rob. No, it can be whatever you choose. You know, the two of you choose after you talk. Like if you got that automatic chemistry, you know, and connection with someone, these conversations are gonna come out. Y'all gonna start to feel each other. You will be able to tell. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a week, whether it's 2 weeks, whether it's 22 days or 90 days. It's all about the mindset because we all are grown. Yeah,
we are grown.
And time spent.
Time spent. I think 3 days is a good. I think 3 days is a good, reasonable, manageable time to say, okay, this person actually is putting in the effort to spend time with me. Because you could be attracted to them and want them just bad as they want you. But I think the 90 days, if you can get to know somebody, and especially if you're young, and men respect you more. Like once a me gets tired of you, like they on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Because if it don't work out with you, oh well, I got it already. You know, so that's the kind of the reason for the 90 days is because men are so easy to just throw everything away when you're giving them yourself emotionally. You know, because even though they are adults,
if you wait that 90 days. Right. If you waiting that 90 days as a woman, they're not waiting 90 days. They getting it from somebody else. They just waiting on you. Right. So don't think they not.
Yeah, they're not. So that's the thing. You can kind of see.
I agree. I agree with you, Ray. I really do. Like I agree with everything you said. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna be real honest. I can't fake the phone. I'm not waiting no damn 90 days. I'm in my spicy era. Let me tell you, I started out late. In the pot. I started out late in the pot. Let me tell you something. I started out late in the pot. You know, I didn't have sex till I was 20. So for me, it's like now that I'm at my peak, baby. So I'm spicy. So I ain't waiting no damn 90 days. Now I can wait a month. I can wait a month, baby, but I ain't waiting on 90 days.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to court for 22 days, but we said 90 days. But Rob put them statistics up, like men says it's statistically accurate 22 days. We're going to say 90 days because we want you to work a little harder than you do.
You can't say what? You can't say that, Queen. What you mean? You can't say what?
Yeah, which one of us?
What you talking about right now?
Yeah. So yeah, I think 90 days. That's a good startup rule. But like, if you can get to 90 days, if it fails in 22, when y'all in it, y'all vibing. But the thing is, at least go out on some dates, because if y'all hooking up and y'all just smoking, which I don't smoke, but if y'all just hooking up, that's all you gonna do. You can't expect nothing more, of something that they're not giving.
I've had errors in my life where I've waited a year. I've waited 2 years. I've waited 3 years. Like, literally, I ain't got that in my life.
Look,
I don't say that, Javante. I'm not saying I'm just ready, but I'm saying I'm grown. I know what I want, when I want, how I want, where I want. So ain't no point in me taking the phone. I'm not gonna do it just because Ayana told me I should wait 90 days. First, I'm my own person.
Yeah. Exactly. And we ain't just newborn virgins. We ain't just lose our virginity and just out here just ready to fuck. But we grown. We know what we want. There's a lot of women out here that they ain't waiting no days. They going to the club because they don't want a relationship. They're not looking for none of that. So their life's too busy. They got a lot going on. So guess what? They hooking up with guys on the first night and ain't thinking nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
It took me a while before I learned exactly who I was as a person. Once I learned who I was as a person, and I mean sexually. So it was like, see, you got to know the history. You got to go back and understand a woman's history to know why she moves the way she moves when she moves with you. And that even comes down to sexually. Because me personally, a lot of us, let's be real here, a lot of us women have went through sexual abuse and things like that. And I don't mean to touch on that topic, but we have. So with that being said, it took me a minute to arrive to where I knew what I want, because at first, to me, sex was an obligation. It wasn't something that I just was, it wasn't a attraction, it wasn't a connection. My body was not connected to my mind to say, okay, I want to, this is what I want to do. I like this. I like it. Took me time to get there, literally till I was like 25, 26. So then when I arrived, I was like, okay, I'm into this and I'm into that. And now I'm like, so now here I am at fucking 45. Who am I going to play with? I'm not playing with nobody about nothing. I know what I want.
I think the 90 days is more so if you put on having a relationship with that person.
Just because you say when you want it doesn't mean you're giving it to everybody. Wait a minute, let me address that comment, because you said you can't just give it out to men and women. Let me tell you something.
I see you.
It's not about just giving it out to anybody. Nobody's saying about giving it out to just anybody. What we're saying is that when you invested in somebody, when you are connected with somebody, however long it takes you to connect to that person, once you have arrived, you have to you can decide if you say, okay, I want to give my body to this person or not. It's not that you giving it to everybody because you gave it to this one person that quick.
Right. Yeah, right. And then back on Raphael's comment, I just saw bring that comment back up. He said that they fall in love. So I mean, that's the thing. This is sex. We all know it is a temporary thing, because it's almost like, it's good, especially if it's new P and new D, and I'm a believer. I don't give a damn how good your D or good P is. You can get extra coming, that doesn't. So if you're out here and you want them females to think that, a dude gonna stay with you because your P this, that, and the other, or your D that, no, you got something else. You can get that shit anywhere. They just gonna ball it up and sell it. But some people do. It does give a fuck.
It's hard for everybody out here.
Right. But Raphael, I call that a false sense of love, because having sex, it brings you together in a certain sense, but your heart's not tied. Maybe your, emotions for that moment. But what happens when that well runs dry? You know what I'm saying? That's all y'all had. Y'all didn't have no real connection. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't have no chemistry. All y'all had was good sex together. So guess what? That's not even friends. Now that relationship is over because he looked good and she looked good. That's over.
Read the comment Javante just said, because I'm
reading it. Lust for love.
Now, I remember when I said this very clearly in the other podcast we had, I said people lust for love. That's why I don't believe that you fall in love, because you can mistake lust for love.
Yes.
And they got a big deal about men, they the physical person. I said, isn't it like lusting of a person first?
Yeah, lust for love. I mean, I can say I'm guilty. I'm the one I like as soon as I meet you. So I have to not, give myself emotionally, because when I do that, I'm all emotionally invested. I feel like, that you my person and you the person I picked, and I just gotta kind of give myself that time, because you can have a whole lustful relationship with somebody, like Taria said. You don't even know them when it's over. Y'all not even cool. Y'all not friends. Y'all ain't got nothing in common, nothing to talk about. How do you build forever when it's only sex? Yeah, that's rough. It gets rough. So it's not 90 days. At least consciously go into it with what you expect to happen after that.
That's the main thing. Go in consciously with the understanding, for yourself, if not even for them, for yourself. People forget to think about that. People forget to think about self, because they so wrapped up in trying to finesse or put on a representative and things like that. But you in the midst of that, you forget to think about yourself. You so busy trying to, because it's like a lot of times I feel like men see that when they have like that 90-day rule, men see that as a challenge, not a purpose, but a challenge. And there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the purpose.
Let me see how soon I can get her to break.
Right.
Let me see if I can talk out of it this weekend.
Right. I don't need you to see me as a
But
challenge.
notice what
I
they
need
do.
you to see as what my
What do
purpose
they do?
is.
Absolutely,
Right,
Ebony.
but how many times have y'all seen where they're all them things? They taking y'all out on them dates. Y'all ain't gave it up yet, right? Women ain't gave it up yet. But that now you're going out on dates, you're going to these nice, expensive restaurants, you're getting all the time, right? But the minute the female gives it up, guess what? That phone dried in the motherfucker.
Like Lori seasoning salt.
He said he don't think all men think it's a challenge. I think some of them do. I think most of them do.
Not all men, but a lot of men do.
This is a long time. You can't take a fight for a long time.
Yeah, I can't say all of them.
There are men that respect that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Y'all think we covered that where we can go into the next video?
Lamont trying to get the draws. Lamont trying to be tired. I got the draws. I got the draws.
I got the draws, dog. It's not true all the time. Okay, so did we cover that? Can we go on to our next video?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got.
I always learn how to talk to the king in you. I don't care how mad I get. And I learned that in therapy, that for me to manifest the man that I wanted in my life, I had to learn how to always speak to him like the man I wanted in my life, even when I'm mad at him. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn how to speak to the man that I wanted in my life all the time. I need to speak to him as that man. Even when we get upset with each other, there are rules. You don't hit below the belt. A lot of things and a lot of growing that I've done, but we've all got to get to that point.
That was my video. That's why I said when y'all see that next video, it's gonna hit you tough.
Ultimate femininity.
I have to learn that.
It goes back to like what I was saying earlier when I personalized how I used to talk to the men of my past. Like it was just real foul. It was really, really bad, you know. And it was, I mean, sometimes they didn't have to do nothing, you know. It was just, I don't know. I think that was a lot of self-resolution that I had to do. I had to dig deeper. Ebony, I think you just said not too long ago, but that was something that I realized that I had to dig within self to realize why was I talking to them like that. So now, currently in my current, you know, situation, it's like I'm really working hard at that, you know, because again, I'm not trying to walk around disrespecting my man. Like I don't want none of that. I want to be the utmost respectful person, especially when it comes to my man, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's why I said I'm in the process of dealing with that now, because I'm gonna tell you something. The other video where she said you have to understand your triggers, that goes hand in hand with how I speak to a man, because I feel like once he triggers me, there's no turning back. Like there's no turning back for me. I go in and I gotta stop doing that, because I'm the representative for me and only me. Only me. Like it has nothing to do with what I'm trying to show you. It's just for me, myself, and I. That's a personal goal I need to work on for myself. You know, whether I got a man or not, because I know my mouth is could be wicked, especially if you don't hit a trigger. You hit a trigger, I'm going all the way in, and that's not cool. It's not cool, not right. But I also need that man to receive me when I am giving him that respect, and I'm talking to him, and I'm being genuine, and I'm not being loud, I'm not being ratchet, I'm not being hood, because I grew up in the hood. I grew up, like I said, a bunch of men around me. So yeah, I learned that real easy. So it's hard for me to do once you trigger me. So I have to learn how to control that.
I think in a relationship, life can be so much easier if we do grab control of ourselves and exercise that. I think where dudes get me messed up is that like I might meet a guy and I'm interested in him, and I meet a guy and I'm cool with him, and he might be interested in me, and so he's gonna get a different me. I'm gonna say something different to this dude than I'm gonna say to the guys that I'm really interested in. But for a guy to get that real soft me that's gonna help you, what do you need? That one, he kind of has to put on, like what they say, the full armor of that man who's gonna protect me, lead me, got my best interest. Because if I don't feel safe, I'm not gonna be soft, because I still gotta take care of myself. The only time I can really get in that place is when if I'm soft with you about this and I'm listening to you and I come to you like this and you give me your opinion and I'm listening and I'm considering it, it's because I can trust you with that. You know, and men think just because I met you last week, you supposed to be respecting me as a man. Dude, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show me a reason to give you that trust. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might have me waiting for Uber one night and it don't show up. I don't know you. So I think guys have a thing with thinking that just once a woman meets you, you know, you come in soft, you come in sweet, but you still have to give that little give and take of getting to know each other, you know, hearing different tones, because I can't give everything to you if I don't know you, because like you said, we just getting to know each other. What happens if you decide you don't like me and you misuse everything soft I just gave you? So it's like when it's your man, you do that for your man. I mean, and it's so hard. You want to come into dating soft, and it's hard to come into dating soft because you know who's out to get you.
Yeah, it's very hard. Like Rob said, past relationship trauma is the catalyst for unsuccessful relationships to the future, and it can be. You absolutely, I agree with that. That's why I said I know my triggers. What it is they don't know my triggers. But it's like, when do we get to that point? I have to get to that point with you where I'm vulnerable enough to tell you my triggers and feel safe telling you, because you can tell a person they feel triggers, and you know what, they'll turn around and use it as a weapon against you. And that's what I don't want. Because it's already hard for me to be vulnerable. So if I'm vulnerable, let me tell you something. If I'm vulnerable with you, that's huge for me. That's huge for me. So for you, if I give you that vulnerability and then you turn around and you destroy that vulnerability just with your actions or your words, then it's a major shutdown.
It is.
Mine said you only know what people want you to know. That's kind of why you got to see how to weave in the 90 days. You got to be firm yet soft. You know, it's just so many different things that dating has gotten difficult. Like, I loved it when it was so simple and we can just be friends. But now, you know, you got to see what the agendas are in people. It says, why do people let people take a person out of their character? And that's the thing. We don't let it. We don't want to be out of character. But when you bring it out, we learn.
That's a good thing, though, you know, to that point, because it actually, I read something where it says that it's good when you see that a person has taken you out of character, but it lets you know, because it lets you know what you need to work on within self. Because like you said, nobody should be able to take you out of that character. So you at that point, you know that, okay, I got to work on this. And
it's not a choice. That, you know, you saying why do people... Listen, Perry, let me tell you something. See, for you may not have the triggers that someone else has. Your days might have been very light. So that's why it's easy for you to say, why do people let other people take them out of their character? Well, first of all, you don't know the trauma to understand how easy it was or how hard it was for that person to come out of their character. It's something that they may have done. That's why I said it needed to be discussed as well at the beginning of a relationship, so y'all have a better understanding of each other. But when people do that intentionally, it's a problem. No, it's not. It is not a choice. Sometimes it's not a choice because it's a reaction to whatever. If you react to whatever, it's not. People don't have you. Let me tell you something. People don't necessarily have the mindset or the control over their mind to say, okay, I'm not going to react to this. Sometimes things just happen. You're human. So you're just a walking still forward. There's just nothing that could bother you. Good for you, but that's not everybody.
And I think it's situational, circumstantial to both points, actually. Like I said, I think it's like, my for instance, you know, when that one chicken head was coming for me, you know, I reacted in a way, but I'm like, why did I react? Because she has no factor in my life whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I felt like me allowing her to get me out of my character when she has no bearing, she's not even in my circle. I don't even talk to, you know what I'm saying? That's something I can control within myself. You know what I'm saying?
But like
to your point, there are some things, like you said, traumas or, you know, things that are more heavier than what I just described, that you're right. You know, I can't give an example off the top of my head, but there are things that I can see that it's just like, heck no.
But to switch it up a little bit, I love when people bring me out of character, because then I know down the line they're not gonna fuck me up. I can get them out of my face ASAP. Please do something out of line.
Yeah.
Please show that. Please get me to a point where I'm like, I can't fuck with this because I can get you away from me quicker like that. Don't have that and then say, oh, you know, let me throw this on. No, because then I'm like, what's that one guy, Eric Mays? If you go low, I'm gonna go lower. And you're not gonna like that. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna get me out of your character, do it before I'm emotionally invested. Do it when I can be like, I don't give a fuck, I'm done. If you do it after I'm emotionally invested and I feel disrespected, it's gonna get worse and worse. And guys don't like consequences at all.
But isn't the point of when someone takes you out of your character or you want to lower? Isn't that like a moment where you're trying to elevate and not lower yourself to that point?
No, I'm
like you go to work past that to get better at controlling yourself rather than
because that's like, what I was just saying. Yeah, to the point that I just made. Exactly.
To me, it's not controlling myself. To me, it's not controlling myself. To me, it's a consequence.
It's okay. Somebody get you out of your character.
I haven't healed past giving consequences yet. Like, you know, you do something to me, I gotta heal past that. Like, I'm soft, I'm sweet, but like, for man, you come and mess with my family, look, I'm gonna retaliate. I don't know. I'm just from that era.
Yeah,
so where
different.
And so I gotta get past that. So I'm appreciative if you get me out of my character, because if you do it early enough, I'm gonna let it go. It'll be something like, you know, just some words being said. But I try to get under your skin if I'm emotionally invested. So I don't think that they're coming to destroy my peace. I'm thinking they tried it, and I'm glad they tried it, because if they didn't do it now, they would have did it down the line. Please get it over with early. So if I gotta heal over something, I can start that process. Don't get me in a place where I feel like I trust you 100% and I find out I can't. Then I'm upset.
But I do. I mean, but going back though, I still feel like there's some type of or some level of control in business that we can possess, because for instance, if there's a situation where you can't walk away from, and if you have that control and your mindset is like, you know what, I'm gonna let them have that, and you're gonna walk away. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, you control that scenario. You control, you know, not only that, but the outcome as well, because it could have went from 10 to 1,000 just like that. You know what I'm saying? But then on the second hand, to both of y'all's point, when it comes to kids, the family, certain family, my mama, I'm gonna say my mama, my kids, and my money, I'm at a best was in 2.5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, depending on, like, don't put your hands on my kids or whatever, there's no controlling me whatsoever at that point. So I do. There's nothing nobody can say to me at all when it comes to my kids.
We're pulled out of our character sometimes, and I think please do it as soon as you meet me if you the type that have that against me, because I'm trying to trust you. I'm trying to be in my soft life, and I'm trying to give everything. Don't let me give you all this information like Ebony said to use against me, and then pull me out of character later because you know how to hit me where it hurts.
Right.
They say the only thing that you can control is in life is you're trying to say control in life is what you say, what you do, and what you think.
How you react. And how you react. We should be able to control. We're old enough to control how we react. So like I purposely wake up and choose violence. So, you know, I gotta be on, you don't want to mess with me like that. You know?
But to that
that's something I'm working on that I don't think is a problem.
Shorty Logic made that comment to that point. Start controlling what you think. At the same time, you're still gonna have thoughts, right? But it's a matter of how you react to those thoughts. I can still have all these bad thoughts of wanting to do something and hurt somebody, but it's what step am I actually gonna do it? Am I gonna go through with it? So a lot of times you still can't control your thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because I still got those thoughts, Harvard. I want to fuck them up. You know, but it's my actions behind that thought. Mm-hmm.
It's so many layers. It is so many layers to the brain that even scientists have not figured out what all the functions of the brain can do. So when you tell me you can control this, you can control that, you control that, you can have somebody, I kid you not, you can have somebody that you done known for 40 years and you always thought the best of them, they just the decent person, never seen, and in a blink of an eye, they can turn around and kill somebody. You're like, I don't know what happened. Why would
right.
So you can't sit up here, you know, and I understand that it's possible to control what you're thinking. Sometimes you can't.
Right. The more intrusive thoughts you have, you get them situations where you can be like, okay, if I do this, it's going to end up like that. If I do this, it's going to end up like that. So intrusive thoughts are kind of healthy because you can kind of formulate what type of person I'm going to be, because I'm going to either take it to the full out extent or I'm going to let this go. And what is it that will make me go that far and what won't? And you know what to try to avoid, because you know you can find out what your exact extreme triggers are. You know,
I used to be that person, Charmaine. I used to be that person that woke up and choose violence because I had to be so rough around the edges for so long, and then I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna. You come with that sauce, I tell you what, I'm not gonna let you get the best of me today. But let me tell you something, I'm not perfect. Every day will not be like that with me. Some days you just might be able to touch that spot. You touch that spot, and I'm gonna fuck you up. But that's just me. I'm being honest in saying that.
You gotta keep that in your keep that in your boot. You gotta keep that in your bootstrap, in your boot purse, because you can't. You know, we gotta protect ourselves. So you gotta still have some level of you tried it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some level of you tried it.
You tried it.
Okay, so do we got any more videos? We got any more? I think we did.
The first to apologize is always the bravest. The first to forgive is always the strongest. The first to forget is always the happiest. A sapiosexual is a person who is sexually attracted to or aroused by intelligence. 35% of people feel motivated to go to the gym or start a new diet after a breakup. Girls tend to lose 2 to 3 friends when entering a healthy relationship. Hearing your name when no one is calling you is actually a sign of a healthy mind. A girl's favorite song will tell you more about her feelings than her lips ever will. Dreams are the conversations between you and your subconscious mind. Yawning is contagious. Even reading or thinking about yawning can make you yawn. This phenomenon is believed to be related to our ability to empathize with others. The color blue has a calming effect and can reduce appetite. This is why many diet plans recommend eating off a blue plate. Experiencing rejection or physical pain activates the same regions in the brain. Mirroring someone's body language can help in building rapport with them. Psychology facts you didn't.
That was a lot. That
was like 10 to 15 things in one.
Right. Did anything stand out?
I remember yawning is contagious.
Yawning, right? And it is. No,
I guess let's pick whatever you remember. Just talk about some of the ones that y'all remember in that video, because that was a lot. Oh, Lord, I'm trying to even think.
Can you read that comment
that
first?
Was a lot.
Can you read that comment?
Okay. Yeah. Perry White said, "I found peace within, so can't now another person." So look, he speaks, he writes in Ebonics. I commend you for that. But I found peace within, so can't not another person, place another person, place or thing, take me or pull me out of my character at this point in my life. So you got what they call self-control. You know, you
key word, but key word though, out of everything you just said, the key word was you said I, meaning you. Everybody's not at their space and place. Everybody's not at their understanding about themselves. So you judging it off what you feel, but not everybody gets to that space at the same time.
Okay, so going back to the video, this is something that I think is interesting. So, have y'all ever experienced this where, you know, you meet somebody, you like them, and then you're like, oh, they got this little flaw, but he's cool. I don't like this. He kind of said that, but I don't know, I might be looking too deep into it. So you're talking to your girlfriend like, girl, he did this and that. I don't know. And the only thing they can tell you is, you know, nah, he probably ain't the one. Like, is that thing said that when you get into a healthy relationship, you lose a friend? What do y'all
First of all,
think about that?
I don't tell my girlfriend right off the bat when I'm talking to somebody new because I don't need no outside distractions. I need to get an understanding of him by myself.
I think I'm working on this right now. So mine was different. I remember when I got into a relationship and a friend of mine told me that I didn't know how to balance the two, meaning being in a relationship and still being able to be a friend and hang out with my friends. If that's, you know, others read deeper. I won't go into it or whatnot, but others read deeper into her comment and reasons why. And like I said, it's a lot more, but I feel like that's the thing. It's not even about, you know, because I really don't, I feel like I just got like a lot of associates, honestly, right now. But for me, I feel like I need a balance between relationship and just self. You know, I just, or, I mean, even with my kids, relationships with the family, the kids, like I don't spend enough time for myself. And that's what I'm really trying to work on right now. So
I understand that. Like, yeah, the video did say 2 or 3 friends that you lose. And I think that's just the thing. Like, sometimes we like a little bit of toxic. We like a little drama, you know, something to keep us spicy and interested.
Like to be
and if you do have a friend, yeah, you do have a friend, and you like, girl, he said this to me, and he said he wasn't coming, and he didn't come, but he called me this. The thing is, I wonder how, you know, is it that your friends be like, you know, he probably gonna do this. He probably gonna do that. It's like, you know, somehow when they feel like they're losing you, because you know, if you in a group, you know, you're a single, maybe it's just 2 of y'all, you know, and then you might have this friend you hang with separately than this person. They don't want to lose what they got with you, because if you've been texting them and calling them and you're their strong point, all of a sudden they back in the world by themselves. And you be like, I love my friend. I don't want them to feel like that. But do you love me? Because you don't want my relationship to succeed, and you're poisoning my mind. And you know, and so you know, he's really a friend. I mean, you know, it was one of them research type of things that you lose a friend every time you get into a healthy relationship, because you know, no relationship is perfect. You're gonna have a complaint. You know,
but if you're in a healthy relationship, I feel like if you're in a healthy relationship and your friends got an issue with that, that means that's, to me, I see that as a form of jealousy. I see that as a form of saying you wasn't really my friend. You kept this facade for a long time, and now that you see me happy, that's okay for you to be happy. But once I'm happy, now it's a problem. Then now I got a better understanding that it wasn't a friend, that was an associate.
And then the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's a sad fact that I found. I was like, what? I mean, but the thing is, you got to see, you know, does the ring true? Like, there's people I hung with that I don't hang with no more. And I don't know if they just weaned themselves out because of the new relationship, like they didn't approve of it, or if, you know, like for some reason it's science, I guess.
That's the thing. If you're my friend, it ain't about you approving or not approving shit. If you're my friend, that means that you can accept the space and place that I moved in my life, because that's growth for me. So if that's growth for me, you should want to see nothing more than me to be happy in my growth. Just like I would be happy to see you in your growth. And you know, me and my best friend, I'm tell you something. She's the type of person that I don't care if we sitting there having a conversation about you or the next person. She gonna find out for herself if that's somebody that she can deal with, if somebody she can't deal with, and I would do the same. Because for me, having a friendship, and we've been friends 30 years, at least 30 years. So for us, it's like, you know, I'm the type of person that if I see my best friend step into a relationship and this is something she wants to try out for a while, I'm the type of person I move to the side. I mean, and I let anybody that I'm cool with, I let them know I'm not gonna be that person call you every day. I'm not gonna text you every day. And you know, you spending time, you trying to learn and get to know this new relationship you in. I give you that space to do so, because that's my job as your friend.
But to that point, how many times? So how many times have you seen where, if you come from a place like, one, I've never been the clique type. I don't do a lot of females. I never done a lot of females, right? But how many times have you saw where let's just say you're friends with, you know, multiple females or one or two or whatever, and you know y'all out summer girl, you know, summer, you know, doing y'all thing, you know, it's always that the parties, the guys, you know, everybody black, cute, everybody hollering, girl, how many numbers you get? How many numbers you get? You know what I'm saying? It's all about the niggas, this, that, and the other, right? But then it's like when you find one, you know, one of the females catch them one of the dudes or whatever, and it becomes serious. Then I've seen it where, you know, multiple, it's like, hold on, them females, they do get upset because hold on, what about, you know, some that the other, you know, type of thing. Instead of being happy for you that you found something genuine, they become envious and whatnot. Then it's the gossip type stuff that starts.
That's what you call them popcorn bitches. There's some bitches want to pop up when everything's good, and then when they ain't good, they want to disappear.
Yeah, but like you said not too long ago, but when they get into a relationship and then it ain't your turn, and they just say they got there first, oh, it's like, y'all be happy for me. They stop calling you and this, that, and the other, but then they want to clown you when you get one and you don't call them. Wasn't you just not calling me because you called and it didn't work out? Yeah, then you didn't work out. And then you all like, hey, girl, what's up?
But you know what? I think women, some women, when they like that, they replace not having a man with their friend. I'm your friend. I'm not your man. I'm not here to fill a void because you ain't got no man. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand that. I can't stand when a woman wants to treat you like you her man, like you belong to her. Oh no, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute.
Answer Rob's question. See what Rob says. Rob said, I got a question for you ladies. Why is it when why is it when some hold on, I can't see that. Some women get into a relationship.
When a woman get in a relationship, they cut all their friends off. But as soon as you have a disagreement with your partner, you're calling your friend, hollering, "Hey girl, what you been doing?" So that's what your friend is supposed to be there for. Like, and I don't think you're supposed to cut them off. But sometimes you give yourself space, you give your partner space, you spend time together. Like, just because I don't talk to you for 2 or 3 months, that don't mean I cut you off. It mean I'm busy doing something else. Now, if you can't understand I'm busy and now my friend's mad at me, she don't understand me like I thought she did. You know, I'm trying to do something over here.
Rob must have dipped out and came back. We totally missed what we
Right, but Rob, are you honestly comfortable with your girl going and hanging out with single females after she's in a relationship with you? Are you comfortable with that? Were you talking about she cut them off? Like, why wouldn't she? I like Ebony said, it's not about cutting them off. It's just about respecting boundaries and the fact that I am in a relationship now. Do you know what I mean? So respect my man, respect my relationship. Yeah, we'll have girls' night outs and all that stuff, but now we not be turning up like we used to. You know what I'm saying?
And so it saves a lot of extra shit, because I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I had a friend that she met a guy through me, and they was in a full-blown relationship. Everything was good and all that stuff. But then it was funny because he hit me up one day. Now, I was friends with him before she was. He hit me up one day. He was like, "You don't come through no more. Just because she's not here doesn't mean you can't come through." Wait a minute.
Right.
You damn right I can't come through. Because even when she ain't here, I'm going to respect her and her relationship. And that's also sparing you too. So I'm going to need you to fall back from that. Because I know we was cool before you even met her, but still in hand, y'all have something together.
You got to go.
I'm going to respect my boundaries.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to respect your boundaries. I'm not going to come over to her house and she's not there. No, sir. Because let me tell you something. My mom used to tell me, when I leave, every bitch in the house got to go.
Right. I'm ASAP with me. Not there. Before.
You said she's not there in the house, like they're still together though, or they're not together?
She's not
together no more. They're not together no more now. They're not together no more now, but when they was together in a relationship, say she was at work and he may have been off and he was at home and he hit me up and was like, "Come through, holler at me," you know. Because you know, I'm gonna tell you something. I have that homie energy. Like, you know, like I said,
Yeah,
being raised with a bunch of guys, you know,
That's
they
it.
look at me like one of the fellas. But let me tell you, like I told him, let me tell you this. Now you ain't gonna never see me slide through when she ain't there.
right. And it depends on what y'all
That's
sliding through with,
boundaries
because
with
that's the different
friendships
stuff.
too.
Because some people are business people and they're used to having business relationships outside of friend relationships, to where y'all he's
Right.
like, chopped up type stuff. So it gets real sensitive. But at the end of the day, even if he is your friend ain't home, baby, you got a girl. That's my friend. Act like you got a girl. Because if you gonna just hang with
Right.
me, you trying to find somebody to hang with. So it's giving me what you doing when my friend ain't
Right.
around, vibes,
I know her for a long
Right.
time and I know him for a long time. But the thing is, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not coming over there while you there by yourself. That me personally, I feel like me as a woman, I'm putting myself in a position I don't want to be in. If I
Right.
go over there and she ain't there and he's just there by himself, no, thank you. Because I'm gonna respect her. And trust me, believe it or
Right.
not, whether to the contrary of what you think, I'm respecting you too. Because I'm
Mhm.
sparing you, not coming over there.
Right.
I don't want to hear no shit about, well, Ebony came over here. I said, no, I'm not that. I'm just not their friend. I'm just not
Right.
their friend, regardless of
That's
who it is,
right.
woman or man.
Right.
I'm not their friend.
But she appreciate that too.
Right.
Right.
So
And if they can't respect, if they can't, because I feel like if you have a friend who's so comfortable in the friendship and the relationship, and they feel like they don't need to set boundaries, I feel like as their friend, you should set the boundaries, because maybe they don't know.
absolutely.
Right.
Maybe they're
Yeah,
not used to
they
it.
not be sure what healthy boundaries are. So
Right.
if you
Right.
can put that in there, it's a good thing to do. You're
Right.
right. You're right.
Right.
Anybody got anything to say before we leave? Did we miss any videos?
Think it's time, ladies. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
I
So
enjoyed this.
this is Iron Sharper Arts. I feel stronger and sharper now that we've had this little powwow, and we
Yeah.
didn't man bash. I don't think we didn't get too bad on them. I think we did a good job being nice and in our femininity. Yeah.
It's so
Right.
it's so funny, Charmaine.
He said, I
I
got
enjoyed
friends
it.
from him. If they true friends.
So
And
so
they'll
you
be
agree,
fine
you
afterwards.
agree
It's
to
about
let your woman,
respect them
so
boundaries.
you're talking about the guy friends, right? So it's okay to have guy friends that she had before you. So like you're comfortable in your skin with that, as long as you don't see nothing or feel nothing or sense anything disrespectful, then yeah, I'm big on that. Like I got a lot of guy friends. You know what I'm saying? And as long as they not disrespecting what I got going on, we good.
Right.
All right, Ebony, close us out, dog.
All right. I really enjoyed the show. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I had a good time. I hope y'all return for next week because it's going to be men's night, and I'm excited to see that as well. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Shorty Luck Show. Holla at y'all.